Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there, welcome back.
So we got two more events that we want to talk to you guys about briefly, just to give you an update, and it just feels like there's a lot more going on. Probably that we'll have to jump back and check in on. Buffalo, New York, and Cleveland, Ohio. I was just saying to Cindy, because I don't think she's traveled through this area. They're really not that far apart. You know, it's just a long stretch along Lake Erie, which can be that at times, especially when there's fog coming in.
Very eerie, yes.
Oh, Erie times. Guys, make sure that you are checking in daily, all three. Evolutionary Energy Arts, EEARTS, and Heart's Home. And so here we go. We have a large commercial fire burning on Main Street in downtown Buffalo, New York. You know, when it rains, it pours. When the sleeper cells are busy, they're busy. As you see, this local news station reports smoke is engulfing the city. I wonder what is on fire. It's a 4-alarm fire in a commercial building right there in downtown. Here there was a blast. There's one fire person that is missing. Please send prayers that they will be found safe. As you could see, it's an ongoing battle. So, you know, gosh, we're in a state of war. I think a lot of you guys understand that. I think, again, 99.5% of our people totally get what's going on. These are sleeper cells that have been activated. It's not all a series of coincidences by any means. No, and many of these sleeper cells probably came over the very porous open border. And there are some, though, from what we've gotten, that have literally been here, not just for decades, but for generations, waiting for this time period, too.
I know. And please do send prayers, not unlike we did when everything else, when the train crash happened, because remember, that allows for these miracles to unfold if our energy is really headed in that direction. So please and thank you.
You know, and one thing I'd just like to share, because when we see things like this, I was just watching, again, that guy, he's just taking photos and taking a step back, slowly, casually. Nobody knows what else is planned. I mean, that could have been just one set, and, that whole row could go on fire. So, some people, the curiosity will get you. You know what they say about curiosity and cats. You see something going down, just hightail it out, try to help any that you can. And meanwhile, over in Cleveland, Ohio, you got over 50 plus firefighters, a massive fire at a warehouse, a metal fabricating warehouse, and another plant. And honestly, Ohio, when you think about Ohio, it's a critical state. There's a lot of farming and there's a lot of industry. Actually, when I first went through down from Cleveland down to Akron, I was struck by just all the factories everywhere. So much industry. It would make perfect sense that this is going to be one of the areas that would be of prime importance before an outright open war was to start happening between Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, and there'll be many other nations aligned with that group against the U.S. and NATO. Before that was to happen, sure, they're going to disrupt infrastructure. They're going to disrupt places like metal fabricating plants. Anything that would disrupt supply lines. Sometimes and often, wars, are, it's about who can resupply. Now, that's assuming that nobody's taking the dive, so to speak. And we have basically got the U.S. and NATO taking a dive in many ways. For one, the open border. This has allowed so many to cross in. And, we've gotten that it's 6 digits, the amount of people that are active here in the country right now that could be carrying out acts like we're seeing right here. Yeah, it would really take a lot to be convinced at this point that this is just a series of coincidences.
Mm-hmm. it's almost unthinkable to me that it would be a series of coincidences. If anyone is out there doubting, I don't think we can say or do or show anymore for their doubts. They'll have to stay in that area. But this is really something that, again, it we feel like we're in a position where we really cannot do much because maybe we're stuck at home or we're not there on the scene, we're not there physically helping people. But please do not underestimate your energy and our co-creative power. Send energy out, and what we do have the choice to do is our own journey, our own path to change. Change is going to happen. That's the destiny. There's nothing we can do about that, but we can decide which path we want to take, and we can send this energy out into the world and say we don't want it to be a destructive path. We want it to be a co-creative path.
Absolutely. So you have over 50 firefighters responding to this large blaze. Also, multiple explosions that happened here in this warehouse. AJ Rose Manufacturing Company is the name of the business. Started 10 a.m. with the fire. Multiple explosions. You know, this is, as the article is saying, this is the third blast in Northeast Ohio in just the last couple weeks. And of course, you know, when you look to where we have this strip right here, obviously people could just zip on down the highway. And, you know, when you see Youngstown here, Pittsburgh here, there it is, East Palestine. You know, and we had Bedford, we had another one. Yeah, it's just, these are not coincidences, obviously. And by the way, we have a freight train derailed near Kiev. Again, you know, this is to be expected in Ukraine, where there is open warfare going on. But there's open warfare here. That's the point. The whole point is it's here too. Lukashenko backs Xi's peace plan and state visits, urges unifying Russia, China, Belarus industrial policies. Yeah, you know, the sides are completely being drawn. Again, it's not just going to be two countries with Russia and China. You know, actually, it's probably going to be more than a dozen. And there will be countries that don't openly send troops, but will send other forms of support, logistics, supply, etc., etc. As we watch a TV crew from Japan visiting Moscow, what did they notice? They noticed that all these buildings that used to have Western companies in them, now it's all Chinese business happening there. So what happened with, you know, hey, the ruble is rubbish. Remember Biden's words? Ruble is rubbish. Yeah, no. You know, are you just basically somebody that has no real insight? Or, you know, is it all part of a bigger plan? And anyway, he is obviously just a puppet on strings, just a puppet on strings. And so, some cuteness. What's adorable? Little campfire stories with mom telling the kids how to yodel, how to sing. Nice little sing-alongs, husky style.
She's definitely giving out some lessons on howling, and the babies are all doing so good. Look at them listening to their mama and trying to repeat. And let's not forget, we are an example for so many other people. So what we do, how we do it, and things of this nature, when it comes to awakening, people are watching. People are watching.
Absolutely. And these little pups are going to get a hell of a lot better education than you get in any of our public education forums. Yes. That is for sure. They're going to be taught practical things that they are going to need for survival, not what our kids are taught in public schools, as people wake up to what's been really going on this planet. As always, guys, thanks for your support over on Patreon and also on Ko-Fi, where you could do a one-time donation or monthly support. Just change the number of coffees, and we appreciate it. Do check out also evolutionaryenergyarts.com to learn more about us and schedule appointments at evolutionaryenergyarts@gmail.com typically 2-3 weeks to get in for an appointment. Much love. Stay safe. Stay prepared. God bless. Namaste.
Namaste.